Against November 1st, 2011. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Tonight we have a public hearing on the tentative budget for 2012. I would ask the town clerk to read the public notice.
Please take notice that the Princetown Town Board will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, November 1st, 2011, to hear all those who would like to comment on the 2012 Town of Princetown tentative budget. The public hearing will begin at 7 p.m. at Princetown Town Hall. Written comments may be submitted to the town clerk prior to the scheduled public hearing. A copy of the preliminary budget is available at the town clerk's office, where it may be inspected during office hours. Proposed salaries are as follows: town board $5,266, supervisor $7,994, town clerk $29,882, highway superintendent $3,500 by order of the town board of the town of Princetown.
Before I actually open the floor, I would like to say one thing. The town does not only manage costs at budget time, but actively oversees costs on a daily basis, working with department heads and employees to constantly strive to conduct town business in the most cost-effective manner. In the past 2 months, departments have carefully considered their budget and have reviewed their expenses for the year, and then passed those budgets on to the board. Over the course of the past month, this board has met twice to review the spending. We have successfully managed to once again put together a lean budget for the result of no town tax to residents. I would like to thank all of the departments for striving to reach this goal, and I think it's commendable that we are still in 2012 and a town without town tax. If anyone would like to comment on the budget, I ask you to step up and state your name and address and share your comment on the 2012 budget with us. Do you have a comment? No one wants to comment on the budget. That's good. Means we've done a good job. No. I apologize. I guess I opened it at 7:02. If we have no comments on the town's budget, I will close the comment period at 7:03. And we'll get on with the rest of our meeting. Communications and reports. Does anyone have anything on the communications and reports?
I see there was a letter submitted for Darrell Road on the speed limit. Did we, some time ago, we submitted one for Parker's Corner as well, didn't we?
We did.
And was that done again since the?
It's going to be done. I actually had Kent from DOT. He came to town 2 days after that the residents were here for Parker's Corners Road, and I met with him on a different matter, so I brought it up to him, and he said he would definitely look into reopening it. I have to take pictures of the area and send him an email, and he doesn't see why they wouldn't reopen, because he definitely sees the concern from the residents there too. Not saying or promising anything's going to happen, but definitely worth the looking into again. So there is I did, however, also send a letter to the troopers, and I'm not sure,
Yes, we got
um,
it. We got it.
do you have it?
Yes.
Your communications, you just, I don't need the letter, I just,
You wonder why it's not on there.
well, we just need to add it to communications. But I did send it to the
Sorry
troopers.
about that.
That's okay. I did send a letter to the troopers, and they too have gone out and taken pictures because they have concern over the speed limit. So they are looking into that as well, and they will try to patrol as much as they can. So,
Yeah, no, I just thought it'd be good if we did follow up again.
oh, I've been,
For the-
yep. Anyone else have any questions on our communications? None? Okay. Then we'll go on to our first public comment. Our first public comment is reserved for agenda items only. If anyone at this time has any comment they would like to share on the agenda, I ask you to step forward and state your name and address for the record. The floor is open. Does anyone have any comments to share with the board on the agenda? I guess not. Well, they were all reading it. I thought I'd give them a chance, okay?
I know.
With that, we'll close public comment for the agenda items, and we'll go on to minutes. Do I hear a motion that meeting minutes from October 11th, 2011 be accepted as presented?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5 ayes, motion carries. Do I hear a motion that the meeting budget minutes from October 10th, 2011 be accepted?
So moved.
Bob? Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5 ayes, motion carries. Do I hear a motion that meeting budget minutes from October 24th, 2011 be accepted as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Second.
Bob? All in favor?
Aye.
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 5 ayes, motion carries. Okay. Old business, town hall, and trooper barracks, and water department. Dan, I won't forget you tonight, I promise. Floor is yours in a minute.
Well, town hall, everything we find there, trooper barracks, everything's going all right there. We do have sign proposals for a new sign out front. I see we're gonna discuss it later on.
Yes.
Everybody has copies.
Well, actually, I was gonna ask Lou, because, back in June, at the June 14th meeting, you said you were gonna obtain additional quotes for the sign up front. So- Okay. Well, George has them, so, because, we have to get it done by the end of the year, but we took it out of next year's budget, so. Tell us about the quotes for the new sign out front that's falling apart.
They're basically all the same thing. Everybody's talking about doing the double face sign on more by a piece of plywood or a special type of plywood it is. Something that hopefully will last out there. A lot of it is the salt from the road, salt spray, especially from the east side, which rots it out. Sign guys from Stephen Allstein out of Voorheesville. He's got $585 for the
Oh, installation included, okay,
Princetown Town Hall with the Justice Court on.
yeah.
We go to, $900 for basically the same sign again, and another $1,000 for the same sign again. So for Steve Lowe. And the sign leader, Evan Kuksaki, was like $900.
And actually the sign guys from Voorheesville, who happens to be the cheapest quote, a resident in our town uses him and has for a few different jobs, so that's a good recommendation.
Yeah, I believe, in all the pile of quotes I have from all the different signs we look for, is, I'd gotten a quote from him before.
Did you?
I wanted more, you know, the ones that we're looking at for 5,000, 6,000, 25,000.
Oh, with the
With all the
thing on,
electronics and everything else. Now, we've always wanted to put a message board underneath. A lot of the other signs, we're getting the $4,000 or $5,000 quotes. Having a message board underneath with the glass door onto it. Now we're going back just this sign here with this.
Yeah, let's get this done.
But would it be designed so that if in the future you want to do a message board, it can be added, you think, or
Well, you probably have to change the post and raise it up,
raise it up? Oh,
you know, because the post out there, I think we're only saying, don't we have a height requirement too, Dan?
Did you get a quote for a message board or anything?
Yeah, we were looking at those for, they were like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000.
Well, we actually found a couple of them that were like 1,500 to 2,000, for a couple bar, I mean, it doesn't flash, I mean, this isn't Chaumont School, you know, but one, I think it was 3-line message board or something that we had kind of looked and just one day,
Most of these were 3 or 4 line messages along with the sign. And
right,
that included, they were changing the post out and everything else too. That's what we're gonna have to do.
right,
If we want to put a message board underneath these posts are gonna have to go and you're gonna have to do post in. And we talked about putting masonry pillars up with brick and
yeah,
everybody said, you know, you gotta put a steel I-beam in the ground first, put in there for anything else you do. And that would always jack up the price of the sign. You
okay.
can
what
see
do
the
you-
wind plays with this one a little bit when it blows. That'll be a tip.
Okay,
Melanie, how much money was appropriated for?
$5,000.
we want a note at the end to maybe make a resolution.
Yes.
So it's not forgotten,
What do you guys think about this sign?
so it gets done this year.
I thought their money that was on the budget had to be spent or something like that, or could it, can't be reshifted to another line? Do we not use it all? But the line that we used.
We have money in a line right now, $5,000 for a sign. But we took it out of the budget for next year, because we've had a year to get it, and we weren't getting it.
So the idea would be, what's our real goal or intent with the sign? Do we want it just to bring out the town of Princetown Town Hall, or down the line, are we gonna wanna go with, you know, a more fancy sign? I mean, if we're down the line gonna go with a fancier sign, it seems kind of foolish to spend this money now. If we're gonna go with something that's a little more elaborate, what I'm saying.
You mean with the message board underneath?
Right.
I think we can just consider that at this point as an add-on. I mean, that sign up front has been falling apart for 2
But you can
years.
probably still use this sign. I don't know how long your figure these things are good for. You could use this sign, put a new post in, raise it up a little bit, and put the message board underneath.
Right, this one.
Okay.
I mean, you're gonna have
So
to
we put
probably
it-
get it in 2 sections anyway. You're gonna have to get, it's not like you're gonna get a message board attached to this.
Right.
You know, we could replace this for now, and then down the line,
But that's gonna
Consider adding
take, you know,
on.
rebuilding the signpost out there, because I think that's only 6x6 PVC put in the ground, and it's not holding up. Well, it's holding up. But
No, I'm all for updating that. I just would like to see us be cost effective if we are in time gonna take and be adding something to it.
Well, this is something we've been arguing out for 3 years, and we started out with the electronic one and everything else, and
Right.
when we started getting the $25,000, $26,000 quotes for that, then we kept going down and down and down. We got down to, with a board sort of like this and a message board underneath, we were looking at $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. Now, those quotes are a year and a half old, so I don't know what anybody would get you for now.
Yeah.
Or
The
two
message
years.
board underneath would cost another,
That's the quotes I have. I got a stack of quotes in there, you're willing to come and take a look at them. And that's for all, basically just, 3 or 4 signed people in the area.
we can keep it at 5,000 or under if we want, we'll just see if we can get the whole thing all at once. The message board and everything.
Well, you've had it
Yeah,
since
I'll
June,
look at it.
so.
I'll have a talk with
You guys wanna wait till the next meeting to hear more quotes, or do we wanna work act on one of these?
Do we have quotes? We don't have quotes here that have a message board.
No, then
Now,
not
you've
have a
had them
message
over-
board.
You've had them all over the years.
Right.
So I guess to Bob's point, we have money in the budget that has been budgeted.
I don't think any of them are under 5,000 out of all, like.
Just to add-
Why is the message board so expensive?
Because it's computerized?
Yeah,
No, it wasn't computerized, this is just putting letters on everything else and having plexiglass over it. That's what we
Yeah.
got down to, was between $5,000 and $6,000 in those quotes, and that's what we,
What was the size
Everybody.
of that? Is that 6 by 8 or?
that message board was probably enough to have, it was either 3 or 4 lines, so you had 6-inch letters, same size letters that were out there.
Okay.
Minimals of that size,
Seems like
see under Route 3 going on.
So you're saying that message board would have to be done manually? Is that the second message board you're talking
The
about?
estimates he got would have to be
That's
done.
the estimates I got from everybody I got from.
And this conversation has gone around and round and round, because at this point, with where it is on Route 7, with letters blowing off and manually changing it, and trying to get it to it with the snow, that's why we had headed down a computerized message board, because it just makes way more sense. And that's in turn what really jacked up the price.
As long as George has to fight the snow and I don't, I'm okay with it.
That's right. We'll buy you boots, George. Whatever you guys want to do,
You gotta buy a new set of
but
letters, because there's not enough letters in anything we got anymore.
I don't think
Big
that's
message.
I
It just
don't,
seems like $5,000 seems like a lot of money to spend for, just, I would think it wouldn't cost that much more. But, you got it, it does.
can we order the top part of the sign and do the message piece and